I'm Bily Foster, and I'm that iPad guy. Called that because I've almost always got an iPad with me, and in some cases, two. Wait, that's not an iPad? What is that? This might kind of look like an iPad, but it's different. It's much different. It has front-facing speakers, a front-facing landscape camera. Flip it around, and on the back, you've got a camera with an LED light here. The sides are sleek and smooth with no controls whatsoever. Along the top is the power button, the volume rocker, micro SD card slot, an IR transmitter, and of course the headphone jack. Along the bottom, unfortunately, is a proprietary connector, which I really hate. But there's also the piece de la resistance, a stylus. And if you haven't guessed by now, it's okay. I haven't actually seen much marketing for this device, which is really too bad. This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1. Now, why would I, that iPad guy, want with a Samsung tablet? Two words: pressure sensitivity. With this stylus, I'm able to get 1,024 different levels of sensitivity while I'm drawing on the tablet. See, I picked this up with the idea of it being a single-purpose device, to be used as my drawing pad to sketch out ideas and get roughs into the digital realm. And it's great that if I want, I have the option to do so much more with it. And this is how I see that Android is going to seep into people's lives with these single-purposes devices that have it integrated in, kind of like the Samsung camera coming out as well. You see, I'm a wannabe artist, more of a doodler, but I'm always on the lookout for great tools. The best system I had was a Sony pen tablet computer back in 1999, but since Sony stopped making them, there was a shift to tablet laptops that were never quite working right. They were heavy, constantly overheating, had this flip around screen thing, and it was a great idea, but they never quite hit their stride. In fact, the best version of the Windows Slate that I have is this Asus one, but it only has 32 gigabytes of SSD, and running Windows, that's not a lot of space. And even though it's an i5, it kind of chokes occasionally, and it's big and bulky for traveling. And when you consider the cost of an entry-level Cintiq or a Windows Slate, the Samsung Galaxy Note is a great deal. It fixes almost all the troubles I was having with the Windows Slate. It's sized just right, it's not too big, it's certainly not heavy. I do wish that it had a higher resolution screen. That would have really made this a killer device for staring at hours on end. But that might have pulled the processor a little too much, and right now I'll deal with the screen for the speed that this tracks at. The other really nice thing is that the tablet is smart enough to know when a stylus is on the screen not to react to touch, which makes it nicer for drawing and being able to zoom in without having to switch tools or put the pen down. And it really keeps the workflow going. Although it isn't perfect, occasionally you get these straight lines that streak across the screen you have to either undo or erase, but it works great. And the stylus that comes with it, while it's cute and it works, in a pinch, it's great that it can be stored in here, but what I really like is that I can use these styluses from my other systems. And note, these have erasers, so that means if I want to erase a line, just flip it around, erase it, flip it back, and draw, just like a real pen. And of course, since it's an Android device, it can run most, if not all, Android apps. So you have your typical functionality of being able to run Polaris Office, Facebook, Twitter, all the different apps that are available for Android, if you choose to use them. Another semi-unique feature is this IR blaster that lets you use it as a universal remote control. It comes with Peel, but to be honest, I haven't gotten much into Peel's interface, so I haven't used it a whole lot. Again, I got this mostly for doodling on. All in all, I say this Samsung tablet is a little overpriced for what you get. The only reason that it made it into my arsenal is because of the pen functions. If you have an artist in the family and you're choosing between the Apple iPad or the Samsung Galaxy Note, you're going to want to think long and hard about what it is you want to do ultimately with the device for a majority of the time. Because while it's great to have the pen stylus, unfortunately, Android still sucks as far as being a tablet offering. Anything above the 7-inch feels like a big phone versus one designed to run in the available real estate space. It does work in a pinch, but for me personally, I'd still go with an iPad if it were to be my only device. So that wraps up another episode of That iPad Guy. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, circle me on Google+, and visit thatipadguy.com to subscribe. A little bit of housekeeping. Sorry for the delay in this week's podcast. I was down and out with a little bit of the flu, and I had to get all healthy because next week I'm heading out to New York City. So there won't be a podcast next week, but there will be the following. So thanks again for watching. See you next time. Did I do that?